Hey, Gullah Priestess from the Tortoise Tribe here. I want to talk real briefly in affirmation. I was listening to Neville Goddard last night. I haven't listened to any of his lectures in a while. In the lecture, the title of it was God says to stop searching for work. I got you, right? And one of the affirmations that came to me based off of putting a few of the words together that he was saying is I have divine provision. You have divine provision. See, I have divine provision. I embrace it. I think mindfully on it, and I walk tall in my divine provision. And divine provision in the lecture he was discussing had to do with your economics or your finances, and it involved not using so much power or might or just excess effort to make things happen for you in the realm of the finances. And what we mean is not overexerting yourself, but taking the time to listen to the voice of the creator inside of you. Some people say God, some people say the universe, because your provision is already yours. Wealth is your birthright. And when we say the affirmation, I have divine provision, it's for those of us who are worried about, well, how are we going to pay up our rent? How are we going to pay certain bills? Let me put together all of these things here to make this happen or whatnot. And some of us are just mentally, psychically, just making ourselves exhausted. And in the lecture, and I'm just paraphrasing, Neville Goddard was like, just stop it. You have divine provision. And once you fully visualize it and you accept that wealth is your birthright, financial security is your birthright, and the idea that poverty is a state of mind, right? And everywhere you look, there's there's money all around you. Okay, there's all around. If money wasn't a thing, if the world was just rooting for you to be poor, why do you think the prices of houses keep going up? There are billboards everywhere trying to sell you something because they see you as wealthy. They believe that you have money. Okay. But yeah, I digress. But I have divine provision. So that actually hit home with me because I'm on a journey where I'm actually trying to transition from working as a employee the majority of my hours of the day and creating a couple of streams of revenue for myself. Um, and there's this trying to bridge the gap between being a W-2 employee and starting your self-employment or entrepreneurship journey is not as easy as people make it sound, especially if you didn't grow up underneath those circumstances. You didn't grow up like that. You didn't grow up with money. You're not like an influencer on YouTube or Instagram. Like that should take time. And most importantly, trying to navigate all of those damn thought forms, those thought forms you develop from growing up, maybe either in poverty or working class, and trying to make the mental switch from I don't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to make things happen. Like there's a better way. And for those of us who consider ourselves to be spiritual people, and we have gifts that we can actually monetize against, sometimes we need the reminder, right? You need the reminder from metaphysics and people like Reverend Ike, Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn, just other metaphysical teachers, and just affirmations to remind you need that soul switch to be clicked on, right? You need somebody to kind of light that torch. in your soul to remind you that I don't have to accept this. Like, I have divine provision. Wealth is my birthright. I don't have to worry about how things are going to happen. I need to just take my time and trust. Put my trust in, you can say, people say God. I like to say the word the creator, the universe. And putting your trust in them means that you're not going to use so much power or might, right? Because I know they talk about not by power or by might, but by my spirit. So we're talking about attacking your issue from the realm of the mental, which is what Neville Goddard talks a lot about, in the spiritual, right? So when we say I have divine provision, or my affirmation, the universe is my wonderful ally, always running to my side to protect and provide. There really isn't a time I can think of when I was maybe worried about how something was going to get paid, or I didn't see how in the physical 3D how something was going to get paid. And either I would find money on the ground, no lie. Like, actually had this happen to me. I found $50 on the ground at a gas station. My money was like super low. And I do not go in the gas station to pay for gas. I went to the gas pump, my damn card declined, it wouldn't work. I went back home or whatever to do something, and I went back to the exact same gas station. And in line, I saw $50 on the ground, and I'm like, okay, something said, put your feet on it. I put my feet on that $50. I looked around, and there was a guy behind me, and I said, did you drop anything? He was like, nah, or whatever. And so I had my feet on the ground, and then on top of the money, and I grabbed that $50, because I needed that $50. Y'all hear me? And I rarely ever find money on the ground. I remember finding that. Another time, I found a check that I thought was lost in my glove compartment. It was like a $500 check, right? And it was right there. Like, it's just so many things that kept coming on time. For those of us who are like, look, we were spiritual people. We really want to transition from the 9 to 5. We really want to have more of a spiritual business, or a business where we're serving people in the areas of maybe like the heart or the soul or personal development type of products or services. And you have to remember, you have divine provision. And we need to be more mindful and really think on that. Learn how to in the church, you say, just give it to the Lord. But look, the universe is my wonderful ally. And when you learn how to not use so much brawn, and learn how to work your mind, unless you're behind, the words of Reverend Ike, you start to get spiritual downloads seemingly when you stop worrying about how it's going to be done, and you just go on about your day and in your life. Ideas will start to come to you. You'll get little promptings and nudges to, you know what, I should try going to that store right there. You have to call this person right here. Check your bank account, check your email. Like, it happens in ways that seem so mundane till you take it for granted, and you think that, well, maybe this is going to happen anyway, because we expect miracles and answers to our desires to happen in these big grandiose ways, and it happens. Our requests are fulfilled in ways that are very simplistic till we don't even realize it goes over our heads. But once you start to stop worrying and you let it go, and you trust and you get into the flow of spirit, you can say the universe, God, your ancestors. I don't discriminate against any of that. The ideas and the moves will come to you, But this is the journey only for a select few. Everybody isn't here. A lot of us don't want to keep doing our fighting in the physical and in the 3D realm. We need to start doing our creativity and waging our war in the realm of the invisible, in the realm of the mind, okay? But yeah, that was it. That message from Neville Goddard came through Clutch last night or whatever, and it was like, look, I have divine provision. I am divine provision. I will think mindfully on it. I will walk tall in my divine provision, and I will embrace my divine provision fully. All right, y'all. This video is longer than the rest. But yeah, I just want to get that out. All right.